Look at the sheer scale of this stadium. When Tottenham Hotspur kicks off the new Premier League season, the pressure will match the massive financial investments they poured into the squad over the summer. If you just stare at a raw list of 38 fixtures, it's difficult to draw any meaningful conclusions. It looks like a random scatter of opponents. Viewing the full calendar as 3 distinct phases exposes the structural traps that a single list hides. Zooming in on Phase 1, covering games 1 through 13, the opening of the season looks completely ideal on paper. During this opening stretch, Spurs only face 2 traditional Big Six teams, Manchester United and Chelsea. Between these early league matches, they also get breathing room through lower-tier cup ties against sides like Coventry City. For manager Ange Postecoglou, this soft schedule is a biological and tactical necessity. It gives him the margin of error required to integrate expensive new signings into a highly demanding, high-intensity system. But this opening stretch is a trap. Tottenham has to bank massive points right now as insurance, because the calendar is about to turn violently against them. The early season honeymoon ends abruptly at Game 14, plunging the team into Phase 2. Look at this calendar grid for December. The frequency of matches rapidly doubles, forcing the team to play every 3 to 4 days in freezing conditions. Right as the physical toll reaches its peak, the quality of their opponents spikes. The gauntlet kicks off directly with a high-stakes match against Arsenal. The heavyweight bouts stack up immediately. In this incredibly dense window, Spurs are forced to play Manchester City twice while also colliding with Liverpool. This mid-season stretch acts as the ultimate filter. It ruthlessly tests the actual depth of their roster against the absolute highest caliber opposition in the entire league. If they stumble during the easy opening games, they will enter this gauntlet without a point cushion, turning every dropped point into a potential crisis for their European ambitions. Surviving the winter attrition only buys them one thing: a ticket to face an even more severe anomaly generated by the fixture computer at the end of the year. That brings us to Phase 3, covering games 27 through 38, where the final spots for European qualification are ultimately decided. The first handful of games in this final block offer a full sense of security, with highly manageable opponents. Then, lurking at the very end of the schedule, is a statistical outlier that fans refer to simply as the Hell Run. 33 games of physical fatigue and psychological pressure will peak exactly as they hit their hardest consecutive sequence of the entire season. This timeline isolates the final 5 matches of the campaign, from matchday 34 through 38. The gauntlet begins with a late-season clash against Arsenal, marking the first major wall in the sequence. Immediately after that, they face Chelsea, relentlessly stacking elite opponents back-to-back. The schedule offers zero relief in between, slotting in a highly motivated opponent desperate for points. Then comes the penultimate match, a historically grueling away fixture against Manchester United, where the rivalry pressure is immense. Finally, on matchday 38, they clash with Aston Villa, their most direct rival for those lucrative European spots. The sheer density of this sequence creates an imbalanced season. By concentrating the hardest fixtures into the final weeks, the schedule tests the squad's endurance far more than a standard distribution would. Tottenham's final league position in May will not actually be decided in May. It will be dictated entirely by whether they executed perfectly back in August and September to build enough points to survive this exact moment.